Hello. I started my healing, which I'd been looking for a long time, on the verge of cult. So when it got too culty and I felt too uncomfortable to be on the verge of the cult, then I got out of there. And my healing has been paused ever since. I've been trying really hard, but it's something I can't do in isolation. I need to share myself, I don't know, because I'm not connected to myself unless I verbalize it. The cult experience, well, I was on a home educating Facebook page and asked a general question for advice about how to help my daughter, because at that point I'd pulled her out of school due to the toxic environment in that school and how much it had affected her health. And I asked a question about how to support her recovery from the school trauma. And someone replied, suggesting I look at myself first as a means to helping my daughter, which is right. If I'm not healed, or I'm not present, or I'm not fully available emotionally, I can't necessarily help her heal from trauma. We have a lot of generational trauma in my family, and I'm living the effects of that day in, day out. Or I could even say I'm not living because of the effects of that. I don't feel joy. I felt joy last summer one day, and I wondered if that's the first time I'd ever felt it. But unfortunately I haven't felt it again since, so there's definitely a few things missing. And what I found out through the cult work was not just how angry I am, because I'd already been aware of that for a few years after having some somatic therapy, but how scared I am underneath it. And I'm so scared, and because of that I've covered it with depression. I'm basically hysterical under the sadness. So I just feel nothing. I don't feel nothing. I feel like I can't find the feeling. And yeah, so I'd posted in the group, and then this lady had responded with this very wise comment and said something along the lines of I could contact her if I wanted to, and I did want to. And I messaged her that night, and it was one of those things that just happened that you couldn't have predicted. It was so amazing that she was starting a course that she was leading. She was like co-hosting a course starting the next day called Raging Mothers. So it was to help mums with anger, and it was a great experience. It was a great experience, and it started the next day. So she said, well, you could come along. She was like explicitly not pushing me, but she said you could come along to the first session, and then if you're interested, then you can decide if you want to sign up for the actual course, because it was going on over, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 weeks with once a week video call sessions. And when I joined the group, her co-host was really terrifying. She laid some ground rules, and it was laid down as if it was terrifying. It was kind of things like we never eat in a session because that doesn't respect the energy of the person hosting the session and stuff like that, and a few other things along those lines. And the tone of the voice she used was really, really fear evoking. However, I got a lot out of the course, and then I carried on with attending a weekly women's video call to carry on with the work that I'd started learning. The thing is, it's based on such an important truth that we need to attend to ourselves and our heart and what it is that we feel and what we experience in order to be able to do anything else, further. So I used to, in those sessions, have a chance to be asked how I am and put my hand on my heart and actually have the time to figure out how I'm feeling, because that's not something that's normally available to me, to be able to actually know how I'm feeling or what I think, because I been thought controlled since being a very young child, and I can only think out loud, and if certain criteria are met. And there's a lot I could say, but I'm worried that my phone not the phone battery, it's the phone storage, because this is my old iPhone and it always says that the battery, it's full of storage. So I'm just going to try and bring this to a close with a summary, which is that I haven't even told you the juicy details of the cult. I'll have to do another video about it. So I left that weekly women's group, which, even though it was free and it was really what I needed and what I wanted, and I guess it was probably about a year ago that I left that, and I've just been paused ever since, just wanting to carry on but not to be in a cult. And it's not fair. I want a human connection with other women. I want a heart-to-heart with other people. I want to talk about how I really feel and how they really feel, and listen to them and be listened to and be allowed to have feelings. And I haven't found anywhere else to do that yet. Isn't that a bit of a sort of, summary of the times we live in? Not a summary, but sort of like I don't know what the word is, because I haven't had the chance to do that ever since. I have one friend I can talk to who listens to me, so I'm very blessed. I met her in a dyspraxia group about a year and 3 months ago, so we message every day. So I have one person who appears to care if I'm alive. I have children, so obviously they care if I'm alive. However, an adult who wants to know if I'm alright, and I want to know if she's alright, and I have that one friend. So I can't expect one person, and I don't expect one person to support me through every trial and tribulation and every feeling and every thought. But I haven't found that heart space since leaving the verge of that cult. I was going to talk about the cult, but I think I'm just worried about running out of time on the video before it says that the storage on this phone is full. So I'm going to end it here, and I'm not really sure what the moral of the story is. Maybe just I need to talk. That was it for today.